Hi, my name is Robert W. Smith. I'm here today via video to answer a question that came in to me from Katie McLaren. She is a 16-year-old band student at a school in Scotland, and they happen to be playing a piece of mine called Encanto. Katie, how are you doing? Thank you again so much for your question. You wanted to know a little bit about the background or inspiration for that particular piece. I actually wrote that in 1988, many, many years ago, almost 30 now. I was living in Miami at the time. I had become dear friends with a gentleman by the name of Victor Lopez. Now, Victor Lopez, back in the 80s, people would know him. He was the trumpet player in a group called the Miami Sound Machine. That was Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine. And Victor's an incredible musician. In fact, it was Gloria Estefan that once said, Robert, I really wish you'd take a look at Victor's work, because he really is a very fine writer and he does what you do. And I was very honored and glad to have made that connection. Victor and I became such great friends. Victor was the best man in my wedding. And to this day, it's somebody that I just cherish that particular friendship. Talking and getting to know Victor. Victor is Cuban American. Victor actually came over to the United States during the Bay of Pigs. If you go back and look in the late 1950s, 1958, and you'll find this historical event involving Fidel Castro and then a large group of people, Mario Boat Lift it was called, and Victor came to the United States. He and his mother and his family. His father was still left in Cuba. With that said, I found that really a fascinating story. And when I was writing Encanto, which literally basically means in song, I was really inspired by the Cuban American culture that I encountered and become very good friends with in Miami. It's a wonderful culture to this day. It's happy, it's rhythmic, it's vital, it's all of the great things. But one thing that really impressed me was the people like Victor and his family that gave up everything and literally got in those boats and came to the United States. The only thing they had was the clothing that was on their back. Victor told me a story once about the only thing his mother made it out was her wedding ring, and Victor actually wore that, or his brother wore that on his toe, so that it would be able to be smuggled out of Cuba. There was a very large business in my morning commute in Miami when I was living there, and it was called El Encanto, and it was an international import-export business. Turns out the family there was a family prior to that boat lift that owned a very large department store in downtown Havana. If you can imagine a Macy's or a Bloomingdale's or one of those large type department stores. And so that family gave up everything, came to the United States, and built a brand new, huge business, and it was called El Encanto. When I saw that, that was the inspiration for the title. I hope that helps you. Hope you and the band enjoy the piece. Thank you so much.